Old reliable right here. She came out without holes in it. ARH headers swapped back over. We gotta swap our rear cover from Gen 3 to Gen 1. And Gen 2 might work too, but we haven't tested that. Put the black coil covers on, GT500 valve covers, 8-rib conversion with 10% lower. This thing's getting pretty serious. The only thing we're missing is water pump. Gotta pick that up tomorrow. Water pump pulley. 4-rib accessory drive, so it's 4-rib there, 8-rib back there. This is a 10% overdrive, so probably an extra pound or two of boost. And then we'll have the nice ported blower on top, make quite a bit of steam. Okay guys, I'm not sure where the last clip left off, but we are back with the Terminator Cobra Predator swapped, now with a Gen 3 1-1 combo. So we got the blower ported by 1320 Junkie and a combination with Chris Starnes. They are working together to build a CNC program to go ahead and port these. So we have the Supercharger here. The wind is going. And I just put the Metco 2.8 pulley and pulley hub back on. We got this throttle body adapter, but this is not gonna work for the high horsepower. So we have some ideas worked out for that. If you look inside, this thing is pretty freaking sweet. Porting usually adds quite a bit of power and a lot of whine. So you can also see the runners, those are done. Rotors, everything's spinning great. So I am really excited to go ahead, drop this on and get the Cobra back going. Got the bypass valve, that's back on. So the Cobra has been chilling for quite a bit, but this is a brand new Gen 3 short block Apex head studs. This has Gen 1 heads and Gen 1 Mustang cams. We're gonna be installing the Supercharger on here and getting it ready to fire up. We also have a new trans, a new FTI 6R80 converter. We're also gonna be putting in a trans brake. This thing's gonna be really freaking fast. We got ID1300X injectors, dual 525s, traditional return style fuel system, the super single heat exchanger. I mean, this thing is pretty dang serious. From the Terminator Cobra we picked up with a thrown together Coyote setup to what's in it right now is, I mean, it's pretty drastic. The engine that was in this is ripping in the Fox body. Just handled some killer burnouts of the Mustangs at Daytona show. But anyways, let's quit the talking and let's throw the Supercharger on. So Gen 2 head. It's got a Gen 2 head on the my back. That thing's heavy. It doesn't fit. Well guys, the blower install just got a whole lot more fun. We got to cut the head. So this is not the original engine that the Predator blower was on. And this is a weird one. I've heard stories about this, but I guess we just didn't notice when putting the engine together. But I've heard of 2014 Mustang and F-150 engines getting Gen 2 engines, and I've never really seen any evidence of that. However, we have one Gen 1 head and one Gen 2 head, and you can tell that by the larger flange, which I guess is to support the IMRC. It's what I've heard, but basically this passenger side head is a Gen 2 head, and that side, the driver side, is a Gen 1 head. Is there any problem with running this? Absolutely not, except that the Predator blower does not direct bolt on to the Gen 2 heads. People have cut them, so I guess I gotta do that. That's not as easy as the first time installing it. So I just went ahead and covered some things up, but you see this larger flange there versus this side, which has this, it kind of curves in. So yeah, we gotta cut that out. I don't know, cutting wheel, trying to think of the best tool of choice, but that really sucks. Okay, so this is a fun one. Cutting off this flange. I'm gonna make sure this is all sealed up, no metal shavings are gonna get anywhere, but man, less than ideal. Okay, sparks are gonna fly. Nice, that's a great start. Apparently, I don't know how to put a cutoff wheel. Oh man, I didn't know it wasn't straight. I don't know. I think that. Here's my head. Yay. Okay. See, if you squint, I mean, you can't even see. So you see I cut a little bit, well, crooked, but a little bit longer than kind of my max line. But I'm gonna go ahead and knock out the rest and hopefully it won't cut too much. Okay, remember, safety squints. Okay, I'm not gonna say it's the straightest cut in the world, but will the blower fit? I didn't want to cut too much too. That was kind of the other thing. Well, that took longer than I wanted it to. This was supposed to take like 2 minutes to install the blower. About an hour. It happens. Okay, there's some sort of weird issue with the key on, but I'm gonna try kicking over the starter and see if it starts up for the first time. Okay guys, I think I got most of the issues worked out. We don't have water in it yet, but the reason why I wasn't starting on the key was because even though it was in park, it was in neutral, so we're gonna have to adjust the transmission cable. There we go. Ported blower. She's gonna rip. So we got to get some water in this thing. The 8-rib kit is on. So that's the V&P ATI 10% 8-rib kit for an Odin that we're running on there. We had to swap over to a Gen 2 oil filter housing, which is right there. We also have the new converter. We got to hook up the trans-cooler, which is leaking just a little bit. We're going to get all that kind of dialed in. But Let's go take a look at the laptop. So that sounds like it's missing. Before this thing gets too hot. Still got exhaust cam position actuator circuit. That's kind of weird. It's running relatively okay, but it looks like on bank 2, we're having some sort of issue. And I just swapped these wires. I just replaced this connector. There might be a bad sensor right here. I believe. Sounded like it got better there for a second. Well, it's gonna be getting too hot here in a sec, but we're gonna have to figure that out. Well guys, we are back from Mustang week. I've been working on the Cobra actually for a while, a lot of little odds and ends, but it is now running. I gotta figure out some more odds and ends, but I wanted to give you guys the final update because you guys haven't really seen it since the ported blower and the Gen 3 motor that went in it. This is a Gen 3 1.1 engine. We made a mistake on that original video. You gotta use a Gen 2 oil filter housing. I'll post the pictures up on there, but there's the first start video. We're gonna call it there, get this video out, and figure out the final tweaks behind the scenes, and get this thing hopefully running, driving, ready to hit the dyno. This engine's fresh, ready to make 1,000 horsepower. So let's see if we can do it.